And she said, well, there's this school in Ohio. What about Ohio? Would you move there? I said, Ohio? Isn't that by Utah? So I eventually decided to go to Bowling Green State University, which is south of Toledo, Ohio. Now, Bowling Green is complete opposite of New York City. Cows, guns, Walmarts, people following speed limits. Just very different for me in general. So one of the things I noticed right away when I got to Bowling Green, there was no diversity. Black, white, and other. That was it. And so, believe it or not, prior to moving to Ohio, I never dealt with stereotypical racism. What I mean by that is, if I was in Upper Manhattan, and a lot of times what I see, whether it's with police officers or even other parole officers, is that they're just impatient or they just don't have the skills to deal with someone who may have a mental disorder, or even if they're intoxicated, they just don't handle that person the right way, okay? And so I know when I train for the department, I try to tell people, listen, first you have to give verbal cues. We can't just shoot first and ask questions later. We can't just spray. I'm sure you guys have seen those videos where it seemed like the officer didn't do a lot of talking and just want to get the situation done and over with. But your most powerful weapon are your verbal skills, your interpersonal communication skills. And so that's really what I want to get out to a lot of people. Ensuring a safe environment at home, in schools, and the workplace. How many times at school someone just labeled that kid as weird? Third tour, and there was a previous bombing at the same buildings in 1993. And we did nothing about this? The news suggested that there are more terrorists in the city, in our country, and we just don't know where they are. So in my mind, at 10 years old, watching this over and over again, the only thing that clicked was they were involved in this. They were the reason why 3,000 people died that day. They were all in on it. I knew from then on who could not be trusted. If you dressed in stereotypical Muslim attire, you were a terrorist. If you were from that part of the Middle East or from any Arab